And then this thing in terms of what drugs have done to the Black community and Black relationships.
Mhm.
I don't understand why we still allow people to market drugs to our children through the music. They market it
Mhm.
through the music. The
Mhm.
rappers will rap about being high and everything else, and these young kids will hear this, and
Right.
they end up chasing this crazy lifestyle that's going to put them
Mhm.
in terrible situations.
Right.
And I think that until we decide that we're going to get the bigger lesson, it's almost like how the Jews realized, like, as long as we're fighting, Hitler gonna come try to kill all of us, right?
Yeah.
Like, so they
Like,
realized that they had to come up with a bigger lesson to learn, other than just, you know, the small-minded lesson.
Mhm.
Until Black people learn the bigger lessons,
Right.
we're gonna always have these situations. There'll be another Diddy-Cassie situation that's gonna happen 5 years from now, and we'll be debating that too. Who did what, and, you know, and all this other stuff. You know, yeah, it's all like like that movie Groundhog Day, where
Yes,
in our community the same tragedies repeat over and over and over again.
that's it.
Because we're not looking at the bigger lesson God gave us.
Right.
Y'all should have learned to say no to drugs back before Whitney Houston died.
Long
You know,
time ago.
right?
Long time. There was a commercial. This is your brain on drugs.
Yeah,
Where Ed
right,
was
right.
crying. It was like, this is it. Like, this is it. This is it. So,
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah, and I think that also, you know, because so I'm really just thinking about it. Like, if you think about our children, the children are the future,
Yeah,
and I'm talking to my son and my daughter about Diddy and Cassie.
right.
The messages I give to each of them, I think, will be slightly different, right?
Hmm.
For my
Hmm.
son, I say, son, don't be like Diddy. you know, right? The singing, dancing, drug addicted Negro who harms women,
Okay.
right? And I would say treat women well in your relationships. Then I would turn to my daughter, and I would say, don't choose men like this to have relationships with. And also, I would probably say, don't go chasing the bag,
Right.
because there's a lot of horrible men holding the bag, and they have a game. They use that bag because they know it's going to pull in women who are not thinking on a higher spiritual level. If
That's
you
the
just chasing
power.
it, because believe me, there's so many women I know. My wife's in that category. My wife, she'll never agree with me about this, but
Mhm.
she was the most beautiful woman I saw on that Indiana University campus. I was there 2 years. I did not
Yeah.
see a prettier girl on that campus.
Right.
And so she would get hit on by these professional athletes,
Hmm.
drug dealers with a whole lot of money. She told me a story about a guy who was going to pay her rent if he would just let her keep a suitcase in her closet, right? And, like, just
A lot of
crazy stuff that
suitcase.
happened. Yeah, yeah, and she had the good sense to say no, thank you. She passed the NBA players, the NFL players. She passed
Exactly.
up the dope dealers. She
Right.
wanted to date the smart guy, and I
Right.
think why don't we teach our girls to pursue the smart guy,
Right.
pursue the guy that's going to give you a peaceful life.
Hmm.
Also, learn how to get your own bag. I like that
Right.
from Sonny, right? That way,
That's
you don't have to go chasing bags. Your bag is
right.
already in your closet, and you can focus on something else.
Right.
I'll let you get the last word, ma'am, please.
Okay. I do agree, Dr.